Morning. Under the weather today. Feel better than I did earlier, but not much. Alright, so it's time for a tally. Tally what the Republican, conservatives, whatever you want to call, I don't care what you call them. Okay? And this isn't necessarily a partisan thing. Okay? It doesn't matter. It's what they're actually fucking doing. They have... Well, one lady said that they're showing their ass. Okay, yeah, you can say that. But they're like pushing hard. They're pushing hard for the most un-American set of policies and ideologies that there are. I mean, it's bad. So, they overturned Roe versus Wade, okay? Now, that in itself did not ban abortion. That just removed the federal protections for abortion. But keep in mind that the judges that pushed that through are the conservative judges, knowing full well that the majority of the red states would be banning abortions in some way or another. And of course, then they're like, well, why are you upset? Well, every woman and man out there who has women in their lives, daughters, wives, sisters, nieces, you should all be mad at any state that bans abortion. I'm not pro-abortion, but a woman should have the choice. They just voted in the Senate to keep contraception legal. 220 of the Democrats voted yes to keep it legal. Good. But God, there's like what, 190 something freaking Republicans that voted no. The Republicans voted no, the Democrats voted yes. Why? You want to ban abortion, and then you want to ban the thing that would prevent abortions, forcing women to get pregnant. And then you have what's his name, Ben Shapiro's little butt buddy, I can't remember, said, well, just don't have sex. These people aren't human. I mean, we are sexual beings. It's what we do, but we shouldn't have to pump out a freaking kid every 9 months simply because we wanted to have sex. We have technology. We have a way to mitigate that situation. Contraception. Now, it doesn't work 100%, and there's other situations, and that's why we have abortions. And trust me, a woman will have an abortion if she wants to have one. It just won't be a safe one. It's like the drug bans and stuff. It's this drug war stuff. You know, people are going to do drugs whether it's legal or not. The question is, do you want to make money off of it? Because you could tax and regulate it. You know, that's what they did with weed so far. Hell, you can do that with just any drug. They do it with alcohol. You can do it with any drug. And I thought this was supposed to be a country of freedom. But anyways, okay, so we got abortion bans. We got contraception. They're wanting to ban contraception. According to Clarence Thomas, they want to look into sodomy. Well, how the hell would you enforce that? Someone's going to be in the bedroom with you while you're having sex, you know, saying, you know, whether or not you're doing it the right way. And of course, gay marriage, which just recently was passed as an equal right. So everybody that's married, that's gay, nullify their marriages? That's not right. Now they're pushing Christian nationalism. They're trying to put religion into everything. Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, a couple other Republicans, they're coming in there talking about how we need to put religion into everything. I'm sorry, but this is not a Christian nation. It just isn't. It never was. They make up all this crap. The claims that they're making are patently false. Provably false. If you read up on the founding fathers, they were not Christian. Most of them were deists. There might have been a few. I think the second president, Adams, I think he was still Christian. But he's the one that signed the Treaty of Tripoli. It said the United States is in no way a Christian nation. It's literally stated in the Treaty of Tripoli and the First Amendment of the Constitution. Everybody says we're a republic. Okay, yeah, we are a constitutional republic. And in that Constitution, it says Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Religion is not supposed to be a part of law. Our founding fathers who wrote that said it is a wall of separation between church and state. So they're coming. Okay, and then you got Greg Abbott. I mean, you got bigotry just across the board on the right. It's all on the right. It's not on the left. It's all on the right. And they come up with the dumbest fucking shit they say about the Democrats. The Democrats are feckless. They're not doing anything, which is a shame. And part of the problem. But they're not doing anything like what's being said by these Republicans. I mean, they're literally just, they're saying the quiet parts out loud. They're coming out and they're hitting hard. Christian nationalism. No more women's rights. No more gay rights. We got Texas and Florida basically saying, sorry, but if you're trans, you're not getting the help that you need. I mean, and if you can't say that you're gay, you know, you're not allowed to to show, that you have two fathers or two mothers. They literally want to deny reality. That's the only thing I can come up with, is they want to deny reality. They want to push their white, Christian, racist, bigoted views into law. Talk about un-American. We're supposed to progress. And what's his name? Is it Tim Powell? It's a major TikToker. Powell. Can't remember his first name for some reason. Anyways, he was talking about, hell yeah, I'm proud to be a liberal. The founding fathers are liberal. They created the United States. Liberals freed the slaves. Yeah, Republicans used to be liberal at one point. There was a party flip. Liberals pushed for equal rights. Liberals pushed for women's rights. Liberals moved us forward in progression, gave us more equality. The biggest problem is that, and here's the thing, I mean, there's a lot of stuff floating around on like TikTok and stuff, like vote blue no matter what. I'm not against that. Vote blue. Vote these motherfuckers in the Republican Party out of office who are trying to push the most un-American things. These people are literally, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, just those two so far, are literally violating their oath of office by pushing these narratives, by sitting there and making these lies saying that we're a Christian nation. We are not a Christian nation. We cannot be a Christian nation. It is literally against the Constitution to be a Christian nation. But that's the thing. The double standards that are being pushed. The projection of their faults onto Democrats and liberals and all that stuff. They literally voted down medical coverage for veterans just to own the libs. And they think that I swear they've gotten dumber over the years. Bush was stupid. He was dumb. He lacked a lot of intelligence. He lowered the bar, and then it just got worse and worse and worse. The Tea Party came in, right? And while the Tea Party had a good message to begin with, all the idiots got involved. People that don't know their history. There's this other guy on TikTok, a Rally Car Russian, I think was the name, and he was talking about, the Pledge of Allegiance. Well, and how it says that we are a republic. I commented on his page. I said, yeah, we are a republic, a constitutional republic, and a representative democracy. He said, we're not a democracy. It's not founded on democracy. Yeah, it kind of was. It's a combination of both. That we elect our leaders through democracy. That's how we've been doing it since we came up with the Constitution. Democracy is literally built into how our government operates. I don't understand why people can't see that. We're not a democracy, we're a republic. No, we're both. it's pretty simple. Also, in the Pledge of Allegiance, this is another thing that they got wrong. Back in the 50s, they tried to push this religious thing. It was during the Red Scare. Oh, the atheist communists, blah, 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 whatever. So they put under God in the Pledge of Allegiance. That was not in the Pledge of Allegiance. If you go back to any, like there's a Porky Pig cartoon where they said the Pledge of Allegiance. I can't remember exactly why. It was a patriotic thing, right? There was no under God in it. This is a 1930s cartoon. You go back before the 50s, under God was not in it. In God we trust was not on our money. It was e pluribus unum, out of many one. These are undeniable facts, well established facts, and they're ignored by people on the right, either the voters or the politicians. But I would say the politicians are doing worse, because yeah, they're ignoring it, but they're also trying to change the narrative. They're going after our educational program. They're trying to ban books that they consider woke, whatever. They're trying to make us dumber, because that's how they get their electorate. And they know that they're losing. And so it's like death throes. They know that they're dying, and so they're doing everything they can to preserve their party. But they're also going full bore on insanity at the same time, which hopefully that causes them to lose their well, let's just hope they lose their elections here soon. I mean, the Democrats need to change. They need to change a lot, but they're not trying to push religion on you. They're not trying to take away your rights. They're not, you're not allowed to have bodily autonomy. We got states that are trying to put travel bans in, so if you're pregnant, you can't leave. What the fuck? I mean, don't they understand that this is human rights? I mean, what? Do you got to start showing papers when you go state to state now? One, that's against the Constitution. and the overall concept of freedom. Freedom. What is freedom to you? Because to them, apparently, it's living under the thumb of a god, living under the thumb of religious rule, and they think that that's freedom. That's not freedom. Freedom is to believe in whatever I want or nothing at all, and to not have someone else's beliefs dictate my life. Freedom is if I have a uterus, that I have the right to do what I want with it. Freedom is if I'm gay, I get to marry the person I love. Which generally would be the same sex. Freedom is if you're transsexual, you should get the help that you need. You should be able to transition peacefully without the government getting involved, let alone other people. I mean, they got it hard enough with all the bigots out there. Add the government being a bigot now, and it's even worse. I'm not a fan of what's going on at all. That's not to say I'm for abortion, like I said, but I feel like people should have a choice. I feel like we should actually have some freedom. But these right-wingers, the Republicans, they're showing their ass. They're showing that they are authoritarian, theocratic, fascist, idiots. And they want to tell you how to live your life. Tom Powell. I think it's Tom Powell. Tom Powell. You know, he did say something that explains it quite well. The liberal side of things says you don't have to like abortions. You don't have to want to get an abortion. You may be totally against abortion. But we're not going to tell you that you can't get an abortion. You may not like gay marriage. But we're not going to tell you that you can't get gay married. You may not like a lot of things, but that doesn't mean that you can tell other people that they can't do it. Liberals say to each their own, essentially. As long as you're not hurting anybody, who cares? Not my business. Republicans, conservatives on the other hand, they don't like gay marriage, therefore you're not allowed to get gay married. They don't like abortion, therefore you're not allowed to have an abortion. They don't like contraception, therefore you're not allowed to have contraception. However, there's a double standard in there. They're fucking hypocrites, because there have been some who are against abortions, but they'll have their mistress go get a fucking abortion, even their wife get an abortion. That's a contradiction. But that's the thing. It's the whole party, the voters and the politicians are plagued with cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance and the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's just rampant across the whole entire right political spectrum. It's I mean, you can sit there, oh, damn libtard, whatever. Are you looking at the policies? Do you see what's going on? Do you understand the concept of freedom? A woman should have a right to choose what she does with her body. Men should not be dictating that. You should have the right to follow whatever religion you want. You should have the right to get gay married. You should have the right to transition to a woman if you want to, or a man. You should have the right to use contraception. Because you don't want to get pregnant. You should have the right to have whatever oral and anal sex that you want. And the government should not be getting involved with in your bedroom. Now, all these things, they're based on religion. And like I said, they're pushing Christian nationalism crazy right now. Anybody who's an American who supports Christian nationalism, you're not an American. You're basically pushing Christian Sharia law. That's what you're wanting to push. Because that's essentially what Christian nationalism will do. It'll make this place a theocracy. I don't want to live in a theocracy, do you? Do you want a bunch of religious fucks telling you what to do? Most of these religious people are corrupt as fuck. And whose religion? Which religion? Which denomination? Which iteration of that denomination? How many different style of Baptists are there? How many different Pentecostal beliefs are there? How many different Seventh-day Adventist beliefs are there? Catholicism? Orthodoxy or New Modern? Which one do you want? What Bible are you going to use? Is it going to be the King James Version or is it going to be a different one? It's people, you need to get your heads out of your asses and start looking at what's going on. We have to stop them before they take things too far. And I hate to say that, but that's just the way it is. We need to stop these people from pushing their religion on us, from pushing their beliefs onto everybody else. You don't like contraception? Don't use it. You don't like sodomy? Well, don't do sodomy. Some people like a blowjob. That's sodomy. Some people like getting poked in the butt. That's sodomy. Who cares? If we don't fix this now, the America that could have been, will no longer exist. Freedom won't ever be a thing again. You would be more free in another country at that point. Hell, you're practically more free in another country now. That's a sad state of affairs right there. Anyways, I gotta change my focus. I'm getting tired. It's been a half hour. Just look at the policies that are proposed by either party. Evaluate what's going on. Anyways, I will see you in the next one.